Yep. Absolutely. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And we back in the cave, episode 4. This morning, top what the F moments. Any genre. You already know what time it is. Good morning. My brother Ack in the building. Salute, Ack. How you?
Oh, it was good, bro. It was good. This time I came prepared. I got some sleep in. I didn't just wait all the way through until it was time. So, yeah, I'm good.
No doubt. Let's see what we got in the building. G. McCall, main event, Mark, Showtime Majors. Go subscribe to my brother Ack at Comic Cons, man. Hell yeah. Showtime Majors, Rampage fan, Joe Wiggins, Gnarly Ray. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna nerd out this morning. I was just sitting here thinking, and once again, there are so many what the F moments just in life in general. Just in life. There's so many, like, in real life, there's what the F moments, but I wanted to keep it like for entertainment purposes, So I was like, movies, TV shows, you know what I'm saying? Like cartoons, anything. So we got about 8 or 9 of them, you know what I mean? And we're gonna cook on them this morning, man. Yeah, I ain't been outside yet. Is the snow real bad?
It's starting up. It's supposed to pick up by 11. Yeah. It's already happening in the city. It just ain't crazy yet. I think it's supposed to pick up by like 11.
Oh, great. Just in time for me to go to work. Yeah, just in time. Good stuff. Good times. Anyway, who cares? Rod Neal, Robert Singleton, salute, man. So top what the F moments. Now again, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, Rampage said the snowing in Manhattan. Yeah, we about to get the business. My what the F moments go back to the 70s, but I had to narrow it down to about 3. You know what I mean? Again, this is something we can always revisit. These are just off the tip of my head, like what I could think of. You know what I mean? So let's do it, man. And again, I'm laughing as I did this because I said, shit, I remember that. And let's just do it. Hold on, I'm getting a text right now. Okay. Yeah, let's just do it, man. Top what the F moment. Young Abel, salute. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to start with this right here. Now, this has to be, Jody, I got 3 to 4 inches in Baltimore already. Damn. Bert, what's good? This right here is the ultimate what the F moment.
Return of the Jedi?
That's Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, sorry, Empire Strikes Back. I'm sorry.
This was the illest what the F moment ever. This is actually episode
2. Well, it's actually episode what, 5? Really?
5. It's actually episode 5. Felix, what's good? I saw this in the movies. And as a kid, this was like this caught the world off guard. Actually, there's only a handful of people that were like super nerds of Star Wars back then, because you gotta remember Star Wars had books. Star Wars is the only franchise that everything is pretty much connected for the most part. And back then, that term canon wasn't like used at all. But there were side stories, like as these wars were happening, as the war was happening, there was other things happening. There was other characters. And yeah, man, this right here, it threw a lot of people for a loop. Mark Wunderlich salute. And had me thinking that James Doon salute. Had me thinking that Darth Vader just popped up out of nowhere and he really off Luke's father, and Luke was going to get some smoke. Right?
He was lying to him, Drew.
He was lying to him the whole time.
The old heads was lying. Like he was a grown ass man. He couldn't handle the truth.
You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I don't care if he was 19. You gotta tell that man the truth. By then, 18, man. 19, you gotta keep it a stack.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Your mom slept with some dude and that nigga went off his rocker, boy.
You ain't lying. Kill her.
Kill her. And, you know what I mean?
You got big Chris Benoit.
She was so depressed. She died on the table, man, and spit you and your sister out. And let me tell you a side what the F moment. Because after we found out that Luke and Leia were sisters, I'm sitting in my living room one day and I said, wait a minute.
When they kissed?
When they kissed in Star Wars, I said, ew! Ew, what? That's why he was crying. That's what that face is. Fuck that. I could deal with you being my dad, but my sister kissed me, bro.
Even worse, his twin. Even worse, his twin. Man.
Kissed him. I said, oh. It took me a whole, it didn't dawn on me until Return of the Jedi. I said, wait a minute, didn't they kiss in the first movie? I was like, yo, ew. Incest in the morning? That shit was disgusting. That's why he looks like that. I'm your father. Fuck that, my sister kissed me. Oh, no.
He said, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. Shout out to James Earl Jones. I got a pic with him, too. I can't find it when I was really little. You know what I mean? He did sign it, yeah.
James is still doing it, man. Salute to James Earl. That'd have been dope if Darth pulled up the seat and just said, yo, hold on, don't jump off that shit. Let me tell you something, kid. All right, that nigga Obi-Wan deserves what I did to him. Do you know all my limbs is fucking fake fucking with him? All right?
That's what he does.
You know what I'm saying? We was out here beefing, you know what I'm saying? And I was only playing, you know what I mean? But I have no legs and I'm missing an arm. All right, all this shit fake. You see that, son? That's what your man did to me. Now come up off that goddamn plank and let's talk, man. This is bullshit. You're my son. Come on,
and
man.
Chopped off his hand.
And chopped off his shit.
His head. Like it seemed like nobody in that family, you know what I mean, that's the leader, could have a real hand. A real left or a right hand. One of them gotta be fake. It seemed like it's almost dead. You can't be a great Jedi if you have both your hands. It almost seems like, Drew.
You gotta lose a digit or two.
Yeah, you got to. You know
what I'm saying? That's some bull crap, man. And man, this right here, I remember the movie theater was like, no. And he was like, no. That nigga jumped off. Yo, come on, bro. He fell into that little ass hole. I said, God damn, man. But Vader bust his ass. He started throwing shit at him.
Now, to be honest with you, he really redeemed himself. I'm glad you brought that up, Drew, because to me, he really redeemed himself in Return of the Jedi. Remember when he found them and he got captured on purpose? He said, I see you've constructed a new lightsaber.
Yep.
Indeed, you are powerful, as the Emperor predicted. You know what I mean? So, so he really got his weight up heavy in the third. He
came back for all the smoke. He came back for all the smoke, man. You know, Luke is that dude. You know what I mean? But Star Wars had a lot of what the F moments, man. They did, man. We could do a Star Wars show alone. As a matter of fact, we could do that soon. Okay. You know what I mean? So this right here set off. This was like the what the F moment of the last 3 decades. This right here, Luke, I am your father. this was like crazy. Like, what the fuck? Because I really didn't see it. I was a kid, but there was grown ass people that was like, no, wait a minute. I thought he killed his dad. I thought that was the story. Nope. And my dumb ass, like 83, 82, I said, wait a minute, didn't they kiss in Star Wars? Hell, that was my what the F moment. So this right here is up there. Let's go to the next one. All right, this is you, Act. Laces out.
Yo, you an idiot. Oh man, so my what the F moment, I mean, I was really little, you know what I'm saying? I was a baby. My mom was like, I played this movie out, you know what I mean? She had the tape already. But it was one of those movies I always watched that I came up off of. When Jim Carrey plays Ace Ventura, and Lois Einhorn, who actually ended up getting wrinkled. And remember, he put the plunger in his mouth, Drew, when he was showering and all of that, because he found out that she was
they played the crying
and the
game.
dog had actually gave, because he kept trying to, like, what does Lois Einhorn have to do with Ray Finkel? Then the dog on Ray Finkel, and then it made like a little wig, which was a great like part. It was a great, and then he brainstormed. He said, "Oh my God, Lois Einhorn is Ray Finkel, which means I kissed a man."
They played the Boy George shit, the crying game, and he went into this fucking shop. Yo, I was screaming. He said, "Finkel is a man." Oh my God!
and they had one of my favorite quarterbacks too, which topped it off. What's my Dan Marino? A young Dan Marino. You know what I mean? This was a great. Actually, another fact about this, because I don't want to not shout out my brothers at arms. Tetch Cobbs, who was a contender in the heavyweight division, he was in the beginning of the movie. He was the one bashing in the door when Ace had to bring the dog back to the pretty lady. You know what I mean? So I don't know how Tetch Cobb got that, but he got it. But so good fun fact. He played the guy that was trying to bash in the window in the beginning of the movie. So salute to Tetch Cobbs, man, who faced Larry Holm. He failed, but he was a top contender for the title. So
he sure was.
So that's another fun fact I wanted to throw in there.
You saw this in the movies?
You got anything? No. I probably was born, maybe not even born yet, but my mom, I grew up off of it.
Damn, I forget how old this movie is, man. Damn, man. Yeah, Felix Nunez said this would be this shit right here would have been canceled today. You know. You look, and let me tell you, it was considered a kids movie, and I'm thinking about that scene with him in the bed with Courtney Cox. She, you know what I mean? In the bed, she's like, Ace again? Yep,
I don't know how many rounds he did. Yeah.
He was busting her ass.
Like it was his last day on Earth.
He was tearing her ass up. In the second movie, he sworn celibacy, and the African chick tried to holler at him.
Yes.
He was like, nah, but they walked in on him on a hut. He was going to town on himself. That was ridiculous. But Shorty was bad. I was like, what are you doing? Celibate? Nah.
He became
Mac of the
monk,
South, salute. He was supposed to tear her ass up, man.
Yeah, word. But
actually,
he did. Remember at the end? When
he did.
He did on the low. He probably didn't do it the first time, but he probably gave in to say, after that, after he saved everything, he was like, you know what? They owe me. Forget that. and I'm terrified of bats, they gotta pay. Because remember the baby came. No, they examined her, not the baby. They examined her.
Yep.
And they found out that she wasn't a virgin or whatever. So then they started chasing him at the very end of the movie. I got all of them on Blu-ray, man.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch that.
Watch it.
I remember the scene.
Yeah. My mom loves Jim Carrey.
The AC went dead in that fake rhino he was in.
Oh my God! Yeah,
and he had to come.
He said, "Oh my God, the baby rhino's giving birth."
That shit was fun.
Jim was bugged out. It wasn't even what he said too, because his impersonations, like he was so good at impersonation.
Yo, this guy was genius, man. This guy was genius. I don't know whether his time was up in Hollywood or he went on. Some of these guys, they go through these journeys, and
yes.
They go on these spiritual journeys, and then they just step away from Hollywood, and that's, I have my suspicions about that. Maybe he ain't want to, at one of those Hollywood parties. He's like, if you want to bust him, you gotta bend that over, and he was like, nope. It was like, all right, well.
It could have been. It could have been that, or he could have ended up like what's the dude's name in Little Shop of Horror?
Oh, Rick Moranis.
Yes, they told me that. He always wanted to be like a real actor, and being an actor, you gotta have range. And they said that he was always stuck in that role, like him being the nerdy dad or the nerdy guy, and so he just straight up left Hollywood.
Yeah, I heard that. I also heard what he said. He said he wanted to be a full-time father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I could see that too.
He said that he came in, he did Ghostbusters, and he saw he saw some M's. And then again, he's probably another dude that say, I want to be a full-time father, but he saw all the butt play in Hollywood. It was like, nah.
I could see him. Yeah, I could see it. Yep. Some of them dudes, even though they like that, they may be like real solid. Some of these dudes, just because they look how they look, but they probably don't believe in all of that. They probably old school. So
yeah, man. He got out of Rick Moranis got out of Hollywood. I mean, he was hot. He was hot at the time. He Little Shop of Horrors, Ghostbusters. This was real popular. Yeah. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yup.
He was really about to do some things, and then he just stepped away. And he's like, nah, I want to raise my kids. And
ain't nothing wrong with that. Because you don't want to be that guy like, I put the career before the kid. Even though they rich and they living right, you know what I mean? You still don't want to be that person like, my career overtook. I got to miss this. I got to miss that. I feel him.
Yeah. So he made a good decision, man. So Ace Ventura Laces Out, man. This was funny as hell. And I saw this picture online. I said, I remember that shit. That shit was funny. Oh my God. Laces Out. Oh, that was funny. So my next what the F moment, Twilight Zone. This was season 3, episode 24. Ack, do you know about this?
God, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I ever watched an original episode. I know I never watched it. It's just like the Thundercats. I know of it, but I never really watched it.
Bro, all right. Let me tell you about this episode. This episode was so foul, right? When did this episode come out? Oh God, 1962, bro. And I of course I didn't see this live, but I used to watch the reruns on Channel 11, right? This episode is so messed up, bro. This was so messed up. All right, check this out. It starts off with this man, right? He's sitting in an empty locked room, and he's locked up. And there's a voice, and they offer him a meal, and he refuses the meal. So then he starts narrating why he's in there, right? So I'm gonna read to you the plot. It says the settings changes to the several months earlier on Earth. Canaanites a race of 9-foot tall aliens land on Earth as the planet is beset by international crisis. So, you know, us being at war is nothing new. So Secretary General of the United Nations announces the landing of at the news conference. One of the aliens arrives and addresses the assembled delegates and the journalists via telepathy, like, you know, through the mind shit, telepathy. Damn, I can't read this morning. Shit. He states that his race's motive to come into Earth is to provide humanitarian aid by sharing their advanced technology that can easily and inexpensively solve all energy and food shortages and prevent international warfare. After answering questions, the alien departs without comment and leaves behind a book in his language. All right. So he leaves this book, right? And it's like they can't read it. They're like, well, what the fuck is this? So the leaders expressed warnings, right? Well, they expressed wariness of the aliens and like on Earth, and they were like, yeah, you know, what are these guys up to, whatever. But they start to believe their claims that their technology could work. Patty, this is blonde-haired chick, right? She's a member of the chamber staff. She translates the title of the book, and it says "To serve man," like they're serving man, like, you know, like, yo, we're here to serve you, right? So there was like a religious spin on it, right? All right, so they go to the public and they say, look, they're here to serve us. So, you know, it's sort of like a biblical thing. They didn't say it was biblical, but it was like dancing around it, like a Christian thing, right? All right, so one of the members of the race, they submit a polygraph monitored in an interrogation, and they determined that they were telling the truth. Yeah, we're here to serve man. They linked them up to it. I bet you didn't know polygraphs was that old, right? 60s, right? So the aliens, right, they deliver on the promise, right? They go to make the world a utopia, right? They were transforming barren deserts into like blooming fields that we could grow crops, and each nation is giving in a force field that leads the virtual disbandment of all military. So every nation had a force field around it. So you can't sneak attack nobody. It was crazy. So humans, they began volunteering to travel to the aliens' home planet, which is described as a paradise. And the aliens set up like embassies in every country on Earth, and they weigh all the passengers boarding their ships, because, you know, like airplanes, they have a weight restriction and stuff like that. So even the chambers of commerce, they have no real work to do. You know, worldwide declarations of peace. You know, everybody's happy, right? So this chick Patty, she's like, I'm trying to decipher this book, but there's something wrong. So niggas from the chambers of commerce was actually getting on. It's like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just go to their planet. Let's go hang out, right? And this chick Patty, she finally deciphers the message. And she says, wait a minute. To serve man. Wait a minute. They're not here to help us. They're hurting us. This shit is a cookbook. So as this motherfucker's getting on, she runs over there. She says, wait, Mike, to serve man, it's a cookbook. He said, what? She said, it's a cookbook. They're going to eat you. And he tries to run off, and they grab him and throw his ass in the room. And they're feeding him to fatten him up. So all the humans that got on these motherfuckers' spaceships are being herded to be eaten. I was like, what the fuck? And that's how the episode ended. It's a cookbook. That is fucked up. Ak, you never saw this one? This shit is popular.
Nah. I never. If anything, I remember my mom watching probably this one and a newer one that used to come on, the newer show that used to come on. Yeah. I never got. I ain't gonna lie, but now that I see it, I probably got it on one of my apps. I'll probably check it out, man, because that seems very interesting.
Bro, these dudes was 9 feet tall, and they came in all peaceful, and he passed the polygraph test, and all them getting on oh yeah, they're planning this a utopia, yeah. So they were herding motherfuckers on the planet, You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. And they got rid of war. They got rid of, yeah, that's right, Queen. They got rid of war, famine. They made good on their word. But, you know, do you mistreat the animals before you kill them? No. You make them feel all, that's what that term free range on the package of meat. That means that they're not just enclosed areas all stressed out. They're running in the fields, they're reproducing, and everything's fine. And next thing you know, Betsy disappears. It's like, what happened to Betsy? Yeah. We made her ground beef, steak. We took all her milk. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's what free range means. That means the animal's on stress, because when the animal knows they're going to die, you're eating all that stress. That's why I don't eat meat no more. I don't care if it's free range or not. That's just a little sidebar. Mr. P. Depps and Nicholas Levy. Oh, yeah, I do remember Poltergeist. I saw that in the movies, too. So, yeah, Twilight Zone. It's a cookbook. To Serve Man is the name of the episode. Wait, let me make sure. To Serve. To Serve Man. That man.
I like how I like, even though I never seen the episode, I do like the whole meaning and the moral behind the whole thing that you telling me. I definitely, this look like I got to tune in to this episode.
Yeah, Twilight Zone,
a deep episode.
Twilight Zone had a lot of deep episodes with a lot of messages in it. It was, to me, I wasn't around when, the original episodes. When I watched them later on in life, I remember, again, a lot of this old stuff, I was like sick with asthma or something, or like, I don't know. I was home for an extensive amount of time. And I was always sick when, there were like a marathon of reruns or something. And I sat back and I watched so many episodes of Twilight Zone, and this one, I'll never forget. This actually was like, oh shit, I didn't see it coming. I mean, like, I knew I said, it's Twilight Zone, something crazy gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I thought they were gonna flip on them and it'll be like a War of the Worlds thing. No, this was I was like, yo, all those people on the ship's about to be eaten. It was like, there's nothing they could do about it. They done gave us all the technology, because you can only imagine what they can do. You know what I'm saying? So To Serve Man, everyone knows about this. It's a cookbook. She was like, it's a cookbook. No, Mike, it's a cookbook. He was like, what? He tried to dip, and this big nigga grabbed him. It was like, oh, man. Oh, that was funny. It was like, yo, when these niggas come back, what we gonna do? Man, that's crazy. Gnarly Ray, Night Train, Separate King, Mr. P. Depps, salute. All right, next one, bro.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I like that picture too. That was a good picture you got. That's probably the original Jason with from the original cast. Yep. I like that.
Yep.
Now, let me put it out there. This is way before my time. I wasn't nowhere near around. So I caught on to this a little bit late. I had never seen the first one up until I was grown, like recently. You know what I mean? Like, I had never seen the first one. I think it was all of the ones were on either Showtime or either HBO Max. It was one or the other, and they had all of the, you know what I mean? So I was just, I was like, you know what? I always liked it, Jason. You know what I mean? Let me watch all of them. So I finally watched the original one. It's same background, yeah. The counselors, they went and humped and left the poor boy. See, that's why I understand why parents are so protective. You can't, I don't even, you know what I mean? You don't want to leave anybody with your kids. You know what I'm saying? Because stuff like that probably really happened. I don't got kids, but stuff like that, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. But, you know what I mean? To where the kid drowned. And they were supposed to be watching him. He was part of their group of kids. And the camp counselors were supposed to be watching him. So basically what ends up happening at the end of the movie, I'm going to cut to the chase, is I found out that the mom was really the killer. That blew my mind because I never had seen it. I never seen the first one. I probably seen all the other ones. but I never seen the first one. So to find out that this middle-aged lady was murking young boys, not in their prime, but still young enough to still take down a middle-aged woman. You know what I mean? She was killing everything. She was killing everything. And when I found out that it was her, I was like, that's crazy. I said, we gotta do a black version of that. Queen said, I love you, Queen. Don't get me. Don't get your belt out. Don't get your belt out. But that was just, I ain't gonna lie, this was a really good script. That's why one thing I could say, the script writers before my time, I really like them script writers, man. I really do. Like they were very creative back then. This was a very, very good script, man. Because you would never think, because they don't tell you up until the end of the movie. If you've never seen it before, you're not gonna know unless you watch the whole entire movie.
Yeah.
You probably thinking that it's a teenage or young, grown version of Jason killing everything. But it's mama going to war for her boy, her only child. That was real, man. That
was real. That a mother's love can be something else, and a mother's love can be unconditional. And she held on. You want to talk about holding a grudge? She was systematically John Rambo and those fucking kids. And you thought it was Jason. It was really her. She was taking niggas out in this thing, man. It was crazy, man. It was crazy, man. Yo, this, woo. And I saw this picture. I'm like, don't women be like that? Yeah, my son ain't do shit. That nigga got bodies. What you mean? Your son is a killer. What you mean? But she was the killer. Oh, man. Hey, Tay-Tay. Man, she got busy in that film, didn't she? She got busy. She got busy. I was like, oh, Kane, what up, man? So yeah, this was a what the F moment. I saw this in the movies. Damn, I'm old. Yeah, they need to do a black version of this. For real, man.
The black version, it probably would have got worse. You know how the black single moms is. It would have got real crazy. It would have got real crazy.
It got real crazy. Real crazy. So yeah, man, where my 70s and 80s babies at? Because if you saw this next film, don't ruin it. Because I know Ack ain't see this. I'm about to read the plot. All right? Yo, say nothing, y'all. Say nothing.
You are completely right. You are completely right, sir. I never seen it. If you would have bet $100 on it, if I seen it, you would have got $100.
Yo, let me tell you something. I saw this in the film. I saw this film in the movies. It's called Sleepaway Camp. All right. This came out in 83. I was 8 years old. I had no business. But I was in the movie theater with my brother and his friends. Bro. Okay. You see this picture on the right? That's how the movie ends. With her standing there with her mouth open like that. All right. Okay. I lost sleep over this. Okay. Now, let me read you the plot. All right. Because this movie's fucked up. All right. Here's the plot. 1975. These cats on a boating trip. Right. They got the names here. It's not important. After the boat capsizes, the adults and the children, they attempt to swim to shore. When they swim into a path of a reckless motorboat, they're struck. And I think John and Peter, their names are the John Baker and his friend Lenny, or people are killed. John and Peter are killed, right? 8 years later, 1983, Angela, the surviving child, is now traumatized, obviously. She's been living with her eccentric aunt, Dr. Martha Thomas, and her cousin Ricky Thomas. Angela and Ricky are sent to camp due to her introverted nature. So she's an introvert because she's traumatized, right? Angela is bullied, her main tormentors being fellow camper Judy and camp counselor Meg, right? The head cook, Artie, attempts to molest Angela as well. I remember that. I was like, ugh. By the way, there was a whole movement in the 80s about, sexual harassment in the workplace and molestation of children. That was part of the Reagan administration. So you had to really watch your kids. There was with Gary Coleman, that showed different strokes. There was a molestation episode. You know what I'm saying? That was a big thing in the 80s. I remember that. So the cook, Artie, tries to molest Angela or whatever. Later, an unseen figure causes Artie to get severely scalded by the water he was boiling. He is rushed to the hospital, and the incident seemed accidental by the camp owner, right? Campers Kenny and Mike also mock Angela, right? They prompted Ricky and his friend Paul to get into a fight with them. Paul befriends Angela because Paul's one of the good guys. So Paul and Angela, they develop a relationship, right? Kenny drowns after his canoe capsizes. So people are dying in this camp. It's a horror film. People are dying. They're like, what the fuck's going on? Campers, Billy and Jimmy, they pick on Angela. Billy's killed. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy's killed. All these dudes. So you get the gist that Angela's killing these people, right? But Angela and Paul developed this relationship, right? Right? So, look, Angela's obviously running around the camp offing these people, right? She killed someone with oh my God. She took a hot curling iron, while it was hot, and violated somebody in the veggie. That happened in film. Bro, these 80 films was like super aggressive. I'll just say that. So the police, they on the property, they're searching for the Mission campers, right? Paul is at the beach with Angela, and they suggest that, like, oh, let's go for a swim. Let's go for a swim, Angie. All right, the police find Ricky unconscious because she done went upside Ricky's head, right? Ricky's unconscious. Well, Ricky's the other character. I'm going through this as fast as I can, y'all. So they find Ricky. He's unconscious but alive, right? So they find these other two dudes, this dude and this other chick. They swimming naked. You know, it's the 80s, y'all. Everyone gets naked, right? So they in the goddamn they're in the water, right? Check this out. I remember this scene, right? They find Angela clutching a hunting knife with Paul's severed head. She beheaded the dude, right? So she's sitting there with the severed head. And I had to cut this picture. Bro, listen. She has this nigga severed head, right? You find out that Angela and a character named Peter are the same person. This is really a boy. It's not a girl. Yeah. And at the end, when they figured out what was going on, she's holding this nigga's head. I went through a whole lot of stuff in between because I want y'all to see this for yourself. And they're standing there and they look and they say, wait a minute. She's really a boy. And you see that picture on the right? They back the camera up and they show his junk while holding a butcher knife and a severed head. And that's how the movie ended. That shit gave me nightmares. And she was standing there like this for the whole, it was like it had to have been at least 25 seconds. And I said, wait a minute. And then they started rolling the credits. Yo, listen, this movie I think this movie invented what the fuck. I remember being in the theater and the audience was like, yo, what the fuck? You knew she was killing people. But the twist was that dude, look, it says here on Wiki. It was implied that Peter was mentally affected by seeing his father sharing a homosexual embrace with another man. Okay? Yo. Now listen to this. After Martha gained custody of him, she decided to raise Peter as the girl she always wanted, already having a son. Okay. What do we say about those weirdos? Today, they don't reproduce, they recruit. So this weirdo raised a boy as a girl. So she wasn't an introvert, she was really a boy. Goes away to camp, loses her damn mind, and starts killing people. I'm telling you, this movie was like, yo, what the hell? And watch this. Back then, we're like, this could never happen. I mean, there won't be nobody raising a little boy as a girl or a little girl as a boy. That can't happen, can it? We're now we're now in 2024. You watch the news. Goddamn, 30 years ago, they trying to fucking explain to us what's going to happen in the damn future. All right, this weekend, take a moment. I think this is on YouTube. I think you can watch this on YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube? Okay.
I think so. Okay. I know the ending. They got reactions to the ending on this. And it's like, this is crazy. Young DZ, salute, man. Yeah, I ain't even get to the crying game, bro. That was fucking... The crying game was fucked up.
Nah, this movie sound pretty messed up. I thought Karen... What's that with Carrie? I thought Carrie was... I seen that.
Carrie, you know, she was supernatural. She was supernatural. Yeah. This was just a crazy bitch. Well, a crazy bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, there you go.
This nigga was nuts. And I'm telling you, this, you see her face? This is how it ended. I couldn't sleep. They were like, yo, she's a boy. And they backed the camera up. I was like, nah. Hell no. Unbelievable. This was insane.
What
8 years old.
this?
I'm in the movie. This was 84. Let me see.
Jesus.
83. This was released in 83. This was released in 1983. It had a budget of $350,000. It made $11 million.
That's crazy. That's a good.
They made their money back with this.
That's a flip. That's a flip.
Yep, and there was no need for a sequel. Just leave it the way it is. This was crazy. Those 80s films, they're what they call slasher films. They were really big in the 80s. Friday the 13th, Sleepaway Camp. There was a bunch of them.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
There was one called April Fools. I saw that in the movies. A bunch of them. Night Train said he was in Germany when man, yo, bro. A condo, nah. Y'all gotta see this. Because it's a slasher film. But they didn't focus on, you didn't know about any of the flip until the very end. Then you're like, oh! They didn't focus on...
Condo said, I'm glad I didn't see it.
they didn't focus on, you know, the broken wrist community. You just thinking, okay, she went crazy and they're gonna eventually catch her. That's what you're thinking it is. But the reason behind it, when you figure out that that's a boy, you're like, oh shit. It was crazy. This was crazy.
I know because it was the 80s, Drew. What you're saying is true. You know what I mean? They didn't focus all on that. You know what I mean? If it would have been nowadays, if this movie would have came out now, like if they do a remake, it's going to be terrible.
And no, because you know what? You're already going to know what it is.
Solely focus on that.
Yeah. You're already going to know what it is. You know, they just hinted at you know, the homosexual relationship that the little boy saw and it trauma. They hinted at it, but they didn't harp on it. They hinted at it. But then you figure out what was going on. Stay dangerous, salute. You figure out what's going on, like at the very end. You're like, oh shit. That's why it was a girl the whole time, and he was messed up for seeing. Yeah, man. Yup. Yo, Bert, I'm gonna do a whole live stream about Ichi the Killer. That Lord have mercy. You ever saw that at Ichi the Killer?
Nah, I never seen that.
Let me tell you something. Some of the anime that they had anime and they had live action of Ichi the Killer. The live action, the anime was the prequel to the live action.
Okay.
Yo, so the Japanese people can be sick. I'll just say that, man. Because I was like, what the fuck?
Trust me, I know. I watched it.
My God. I was watching that like, they didn't do this. They did this? It's crazy. All right, bro. Take it away.
All right, man. So for my final one, the original Planet of the Apes. My mom loved this movie, man, when she was alive. My mom loved this movie. So, of course, I watched it. And when I also watched this one when I was grown. Because I actually had never seen the original one. You know, it stars Charleston Heston, who plays Taylor or Bright Eyes. And basically, he launches himself through space. The idea of everybody who launches themselves in space on this voyage is that they're going to be able to leave everything behind and outlive everybody because the world is so bad. And I like that he hinted on that. Right. And he explained why he left the world. Because at that time, it was civil rights.
Yep.
And it was war. Vietnam was coming.
Yep.
You know, a lot of things started to change. And I understood why he wanted to leave that version of the world behind. I really understood. That's why I'm glad I kind of watched this as an adult. I would have never been able to intercept this as a kid. But I was able to take it in that I watched it so late as an adult. This movie came out in 1968, around the Dr. King passed around this time. You know what I mean? Salute to Dr. King this week. We celebrated that and his birthday. So I just wanted to say that this film, it made me think a lot. Like, would you have did that? Would you have launched out into space and leave everything you know about? Because even if you outlive everybody, you ain't gonna know nobody when you wake up.
Right.
You know? And he thought he was in a desolate land and he didn't see nothing, but let alone he ends up seeing apes that could walk upright and talk. So this, that would kind of mess me up too. So it was crazy. It was like upside down to where the humans were pets and the apes were the rulers and controlled the planet. But let me get into the ending because I know we coming towards the tail end. Basically, my what the F moment with this movie is the ending, the very ending when he went beyond where they were supposed to go, and he ended up he thought he was in another planet the whole time, but come to find out he was already on Earth. It's like they blew it up.
They
Charles
finally did it. They finally did it. You maniacs. Damn you. Damn. That nigga was in New York.
Yes, sir.
That nigga was in
Lower
Manhattan.
That's how New York is going to look. Maybe I wouldn't have left, Drew.
Bird. That nigga's on the...
I can't picture it like that.
That nigga's on the... He's at Manhattan, at the tip of Brooklyn. Come to find out, and they ride up on the horse. He gets on. He was with a shorty too.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, she was bad. I know she old enough to be my nana, but
yeah, she was bad though. She was bad, and once he figured out, he saw the Statue of Liberty. And yo, they showed the Statue of Liberty's head from behind that person. And he walks up, he's like, what the, you know what I'm saying? And then when he figures out, yo, I'm in the future. Yup. He was like, these maniacs, they did it. Damn you. Yep. We killed ourselves. And the apes took over. And that's how you feel. You like that? No. Too bad. You know, there was a lot of messages, a lot of things made out of fear in these movies, man. This was right after Night Train says Dr. King was assassinated a little before this. There were people in Hollywood that actually gave a shit at one point. They were sending messages by way of art. And
yes, good point.
I posted that picture of him kissing the ape. I forget her name. Do you know when they aired this on TV, that scene, they didn't air it? They didn't put that out? They cut that little part out when he kissed her?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So was this around the time, Drew, where y'all had like 4 channels and my mom told me you used to have to turn the knob?
Yeah, the UHF. Yep. UHF to get the Spanish channels. And you had to turn the bottom knob. That's how I used to watch Speed Racer. Because it came on my first few years of watching Speed Racers was in black and white. Dead serious. I had a black and white TV in the kitchen. Yeah, man, it was like that. And they cut this scene out because kissing was naughty. When they aired Chinese Connection on TV, I didn't know until years later when Shorty walks up on him, when he was like cooking some rabbit that he caught. There's a scene where Bruce kissed her. They didn't even air that on TV. It was like taboo, man. TV was so clean. You know what I'm saying? They was like, yo, we ain't gonna show this dude kissing this fucking monkey. But the real message behind this is like, you know, we're supposed to be able to get along with any and everything. And the white man realizes that the powers that be that was in charge, which is predominantly white people, they can't even get along with each other because they blew up the fucking world. And when the world reinvented itself, the primates took over. And they were second-class citizens. That was the message in this fucking movie. Even in the matter of fact, the whole Planet of the Apes series, one of the apes was talking to a black man. And yo, Stormy ain't shit.
What's Storm saying?
Kissing the monkey, that's AJ's job. Oh my God. Ah. Oh, Nicholas Levy said he cooked and ate a cat. Holy cow. It won't surprise me. Yeah, he was talking to the black guy, and he said to him, he said, surely I know you understand the term oppression. I said, oh shit. Because the primates was being oppressed. The whole early Planet of the Apes series, that's a must watch. There's prequels. They tell you how they came to ending the world. The whole thing is crazy. It's more than just action. You know what I'm saying? And then what do the monkeys do? They start being racist towards each other. The gorillas are like the enforcers.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying?
The orangutans is like the intellectual.
The intellectuals.
Yeah.
The chimps were like in betweeners.
Yes.
You know, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. And a curse word to them was telling them to stop. Stop was like a curse word to them. Like he was
get your palms off me, you damn dirty
ape. They didn't even know it. They said, "Oh shit, he could talk," because by then they were hurting humans like animals. There was no language. Yes. But he was from our time, so when they caught him, he wasn't talking at first. But then when they wrapped him up, he was like, "Get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape." There's like,
And you know
oh
what I
shit, he
love,
talks.
Drew? I love how they reincorporated that into the newer films.
Yeah.
I like how they used all of the. I like when they do that, when they do reboots. How they still keep something from the original movie or a line or whatever it may be and throw that in there. And this was one of those movies they did that in.
Yeah. Oh, as a matter of fact, it wasn't stop. That was a curse word. It was no.
Yeah, no.
It was no. When the human was trying to teach a class, and the gorilla started doing some stupid shit in the class, and he was like, "No." They said, "What'd you say to me?" And they start kicking his ass. That and actually, imagine getting beat up by a fucking ape that can talk, but it's a fucking gorilla. Oh, that's an ass whooping you want no part of. And that's what this was. No. It was a curse word to them. You can't tell them no. Hell yeah.
Drew, before we go to your last one, how did you feel about the new ones with the CGI and stuff like that? How did you feel about?
I appreciated it.
Okay.
I appreciate it. The Mark Wahlberg ones I really didn't care for.
Yeah. I didn't like that one either. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
One.
I didn't care for it. But when they did this with the CGI and they gave the backstory about how the virus spread, those are pretty good.
Yeah, I thought the storyline was strong. I agree.
Yeah, Young DZ. Yeah, I agree. I'm telling you, Hollywood was giving out messages back then. I'm telling you, 60s Hollywood was different, man. Now, all right. Ak, have you ever seen this?
No, I haven't seen this one either. Damn, you got a lot of ones that I gotta go and watch.
Listen, man. This film right here. Let me take a moment, bro. Because I'm gonna have to take my time with this. First of all, Spike Lee remade this. And I was like, why the fuck would he remake this? This movie is a fucking travesty. It's a Korean film. And this film had me so messed up that I had to watch several Disney movies to get my happy back. This movie is the illest what the fuck moment in my life. Because for a long time, you're like, what am I watching? What is going on? And my boy is like, nah, you just got to watch this. And I'm like, why you? When I was done, yo, let me tell you how bad this DVD is, first of all, okay? My boy had it on DVD. He said, yo, you ever saw this? I said, nah. He said, yo, watch this, right? I said, all right. So I'm watching it. I pause it and I called him. I said, yo, what am I looking at? He said, did you see the whole thing? I said, nah. He said, yo, just keep watching it, right? True Boxing Night, salute. Shade Girl, salute. Jeff Sparks, salute. I was like, all right. So I'm watching it and watching. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? And then, you know, bro, when I got to the end, I stood up. I took it out the DVD player. I put it in the case. And I put that shit in the garbage. Right? I called my boy. I said, yo, you really putting our friendship on the line with that one. Because he would find these old crazy films. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, come on, bro. But this shit right here. Now, let me tell you, Ak. Let me tell you about this DVD. I think the DVD was cursed. So let me explain. Put it in the trash. Right? And I went out to do something. I come back home. It's on my desk. I'm like, what the fuck? So I asked my wife, I said, yo, why is this on the desk? She says, oh, I saw it in the garbage. I thought that, you put it there by accident. I said, no, I put it there because it needed to be there. Right? So I'm doing work on the computer. My boy calls me. He says, yo, I'm gonna come get it. I was like, yo, you know I tried to throw that shit out. He laughed. I said, no, I'm dead ass. So he came and got it the next day, right? And he lent it to our other boy. He said, yo, don't tell him. He said, don't tell him about it. I said, all right, man. So I'm speaking to my other boy the next day. He said, yo, man, I went to throw that shit out. I said, me too. He said, you know, weirdest thing. I said, what? He said, I put it in the garbage. I go to work and come home. It's sitting on my goddamn table. I asked my son, what is this doing on the table? He said, oh, Dad, I thought you fucking threw it out by accident, so I put it on the table. It's like the DVD that can't die. Shit, you can't destroy it. I was like, damn. This fucking
you
film.
A fool. He said it's like the DVD that can't die.
Yo, now listen. This is the most, yes, phenomenal. This is the most sadistic film you can ever fucking see. Okay? Thomas, what up? Now I'm gonna read you the plot. 1988, businessman is arrested for being drunk in public. All right, and what happened is he missed his daughter's 4th birthday. You know, after his friend picks him up from the police station, the main character's name is Dai-Su. He's kidnapped and awakens in a sealed hotel room. All right, you follow me so far? So after he's arrested, he leaves the police station. He's kidnapped. He wakes up in a fucking sealed hotel room. He's looking around like, what? He's trying to open the door. He can't get out. All right, where there's food delivered through a pet door. So they're feeding him. There's a bed, there's a bathroom, there's a shower or whatever. But he can't leave the room. Right? And the only way he entertains himself is by watching TV. All right, so by watching the television, he learns his wife has been killed and that he has been framed as a prime suspect by the captors. So whoever caught him and locked him up in the room, they killed his wife. And now there's a manhunt for this motherfucker. So he's in the hotel like, yo, I didn't do anything. I was here. So he's trapped in that room for years. All right? So he gets a little deranged because he's been in this room for years. So he attempts suicide by slashing his wrist, but he's kept alive by the captors. Right? After he spends years practicing martial arts against a solid wall, attempting to dig an escape tunnel. So he's trying to get revenge now. So now he's in the room, punching walls and getting in shape. Because he's like, no, I'm going to get out this motherfucker. Now watch this. 2003. He's been in that fucking room for 15 years, Act. He's been in that room for 15 years. I go crazy too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I was about to say, who wouldn't go crazy?
Right. So he is released after being he was sedated and hypnotized. So he awakens on the rooftop where he meets a suicidal man, right? After he tests his fighting skills on a group of thugs, right? Because they tried to jump him. So now he's nice with it, right? The mysterious beggar gives him money and a mobile phone, all right? So he enters a sushi restaurant where he encounters a young chef named Mido, right? It says here, upon receiving a taunting phone call from his captor, right? So now they fucking with him, and consuming a live octopus. He ate an octopus, yeah. He collapses, right? And is taken to Mido. So they just poison this nigga all through the goddamn movie. So Dai-Su, he attempts to grape Mido. She's a female, by the way, a young chef. He attempts to grape her, right? Because 15 years, he had no ass, whatever. And then he regretfully attempts to leave her apartment. So it wasn't successful, right? But they reconcile. It's like he tried to jump on her, like, I must have you type shit. And she was like, get the fuck off me. But then he snaps out of it. He's like, okay, I'm sorry, right? So they reconcile and they begin to form a bond. Now, please follow me on this, all right? Once he's recovered, right, he tries to find his daughter. But he gives up after learning she was adopted following the kidnapping, right? So he was kidnapped, his wife was murdered, and somebody adopted his daughter. He don't know where to find her.
Please don't tell me that's his daughter.
Chill, right? Now he's focusing on identifying the captors. So he locates a Chinese restaurant where his prison food was prepared, right? So he's trying to track down, you know, who did this shit to him, right? So he tortures and interrogates the warden, right? This guy named Park Chel Wan or whatever, and he tells him, right? He says, "Yo, you talking too much, dog. You know, you talking too much. You know." He's trying to get to the bottom of what's going on, right? They fight. He stabs him. Whatever. Fight breaks out. Whatever. He's trying to uncover what the fuck happened. 15 years, I'm locked up. I don't know where my daughter is. You know, my wife is dead. Police looking for me. What's going on? Right? Me dude gets captured, and they're like, "Yo, you know, no, before I'm missing a whole part, right? Somewhere in between all of this, him and me dude develop a bond. They sleep with each other, so now they have a bond or whatever. So it's like, all right, you know, we fucking or whatever, but nah, I still want to find out, you know, who did this to me. All right. So this dude named Ju Wan contacts Dae-Soo with important information, but is murdered by this other dude, right? So he's tracking this guy down, right? Turns out it's this rich nigga, right? He goes to the penthouse, right? He shows photos of Dae-Soo and his wife and his infant daughter together 15 years earlier. All right, so then he's showing other pictures of his daughter as she grew up, which reveals that Midu is his daughter. All right?
Wait, so he slept with her?
Yup, he was banging his daughter the whole time.
Oh my God.
Now, do you know, bro, you know why he did this? Yo, listen. This nigga orchestrated this whole thing. He orchestrated the whole thing. Now peep this. Wu Jin reveals that he orchestrated the events through hypnosis to guide Dae-Soo to the restaurant so that he and Mei-Du would fall in love. For Dae-Soo to experience the same pain of incest that he had. This dude, this rich dude, oh man, he reveals, all right, check this out. All right, Mr. Park is still working for him and threatens to tell Mei-Du the truth. All right, Dae-Soo desperately apologizes and for spreading a rumor that led to the death of Wu Jin's sister. What happened was they were back in school, and you ever heard the term kissing cousins?
Yes.
This rich nigga was involved with his cousin, and Dae-Soo spread a rumor because he caught them on the roof, right? And when that leaked out, she got depressed and jumped off the roof and committed suicide. And that was his relative. So when he got all, like, when they grew up and, you know, he got a hold of some money, he arranged to have this motherfucker kidnapped and locked him in the room for 15 fucking years, right? Killed his wife, right? And his daughter grows up, and he hasn't seen his daughter in 15 years. He arranged for him to meet this girl, and they fell in love, and he's banging this girl, and then he solves the pieces to this puzzle, and he finds the guy that did it. He says, all right, well, look at these pictures first. And he's like, wait a minute, that's my daughter? You was banging your daughter, bro, and I wanted you to feel how I felt.
Yeah, but
and
see, it's
Dice,
still nasty, Drew. But it's like that's his daughter. That's immediate family. Your cousin ain't immediate family. That's disgust. It's disgusting either way. But it's just that's your daughter though.
This is
like,
bad.
Don't get me wrong. The cousin is nasty too. It's disgusting. They used to do that all the time in the old days, Drew. You know that. in Europe and stuff like that.
Bird said she jumped off. She jumped off the roof like, nah, this is way better. She jumped off. Yo, listen. Stormy, I'm trying. Give me a break here. This was bad. Because
he said, I'm not watching this movie.
Yo, bro.
You see
I'm horrible with this film because as dude, I only watched this film one time and I said, no, I can't watch this. This has no replay value. But not to be outdone, fucking Spike Lee redid this, y'all.
That's
and I
crazy.
said, why would Spike Lee redo this? Do you know why? Because Spike Lee wants to say, Spike Lee, he did this but with a white family. And it's a little different.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a little different.
Tay, I'm not saying that. I think it's nasty family, period. First of all, Tay, let me clear my. I was just saying though, but that is crazy though. It was his daughter. That dude, it was his cousin, which was disgusting. But I'm just saying, like his daughter.
It
like
was
that,
bro. I couldn't take it.
I'm just saying, which crime is more worse, in my opinion.
That's why I stumbled through this because I only saw it once, number one. And number two, as I'm talking about it, I'm remembering the filth and disgust. I felt sticky when this was over. My skin was crawling. You know, I like shook and I took it out the DVD player, put it in the box, and I just threw it in the garbage. And I go and about my day and come back, and it's on my goddamn kitchen table. I'm like, babe, what is this doing here? Is that a spaghetti stain? What the fuck? I threw it out for a reason. She said, oh, I didn't know. And then my boy said, I'm gonna come get the movie. I said, all right. When he got to my crib, I said, you know, I threw this shit in the garbage, right? He said, no, you did? I said, yeah. He said, well, where is it? I said, no, it's here. My wife thought I did that by accident, but it was on purpose. He said, nah. I'm gonna go give it to Steve. I said, all right, man, fuck you, man. And then the same shit happened to Steve. He went to throw it out. He goes to work, comes back. His son puts it on the damn kitchen table. The DVD won't die. It has a life of its own. This was fucked up. He had a nervous breakdown at the end of the film. He was like, yo, I'll cut my tongue out. And it was crazy. And the millionaire dude eventually, I think if I remember correctly, he took his own life. He just wanted to do that. 15 years. This, bro.
That was like a freaking Gladiator. Remember, he wanted to marry his sister.
Oh my God. how, bro? This was
Commodus. He wanted to marry his sister.
This was all bad. This was all bad. I did not appreciate this. I was like, what am I looking at? And you do not know until the very, very end. When he's looking at the pictures and he was like, huh? I said, wait a minute. I was like, that's his daughter. I was like,
So they never showed the daughter's reaction, Drew.
Bro, I don't remember I don't remember the end, bro.
Oh,
once I got there, once I got to the climax of the film, I was like, He was on the floor rolling and talking because it's in Korean. And he says, I'll cut my tongue out. I'll cut my tongue out for you. Just make me forget this. I was like, oh my God, man. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. This was crazy.
Look at Thomas from the Bronx. He said, I have to watch this from the beginning.
Yeah, bro.
Real Bronx dude. Very brave.
Yo,
very brave.
I was messed up behind this.
I admire your courage, Thomas.
I was like,
But I'm
"Where's the
not
Little
doing it.
Mermaid, man? I gotta watch.
I can't.
You know,
I can't do
pop
it.
Tarzan in here, man. I need some Happy Time or something, man. I was goofed up behind this, and this was, you know why? Because I didn't see this coming. I'm watching the film, and then you're like, all right, I just want to see who kidnapped him and why. Why the fuck? And I was like, what's going on here? You know, there was when he was fighting, some dude stabbed him in the back with a knife. But he was so like thick and brolic now, the knife didn't go all the way in. He turned around and started kicking his ass. You know what I'm saying? Man, that was goofed up, man. That was goofed up. Old boy.
She said she gonna watch it. And you got people about to. Why you do this, Drew? Shit,
yo,
nobody.
bro.
Now I feel like.
Now look.
Now I feel like.
Yo, bro. Now look. Spike Lee remade this. And it was released in like
what year did it come out?
Theater. The
because you said this is the original one, right?
Yeah, in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, it came. This came out in 2003, but Spike Lee remade it in 2013. All right.
Oh, damn. So okay, it wasn't okay. Wasn't
my
crazy
God.
long ago.
This is you know what I'm realizing right now? The film's success led to 2 adaptations, an unauthorized Hindi remake in 2006. That means it was a bunch of Indians, and an official American adaptation in 2013 as part of Park Chan-wook's The Vengeance trilogy. It serves as the second installment following Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance in 2000. This is a trilogy, y'all. No, thank you. I can't. The Spike Lee one, there was a little twist.
I think
the
you
same
won.
premise.
I think you won with the F moments. Mine was lighthearted compared. This one right here beats. You did it in the right order because this one right here, I gotta be honest with you. Before we end the show, I mean, I had an idea, but I didn't think I was right. I know I kind of chimed in and said it, but I didn't think that. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that. I mean, it's crazy. This is crazy. It's crazy, and I don't think people want to watch. I think people want to watch it to see how it unfolds. Not that they interested in seeing a guy sleep with his daughter. I think they want to see how did we get here.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. How did we get
here? Y'all could watch this if you want. The Spike Lee one, the remake, has a little different twist. It's a little different twist. But it's a father instead. It's a different twist. The Spike Lee one. But when he released it, I knew what it was, but I said, oh man, they remade the Korean shit. That's it. But it's a different twist. I watched the Spike Lee one because I wanted to see what he was going to do with it. And, you know, similar premise. But my God, I know why he did that, because Spike Lee, you know, he loved making those white people look like animals, don't he? It was crazy, man. Yet Tiago Undocumented, I heard about that. The Mist, that was a what the F moment. The Mist was fucked up. That ending, oh my God. Oh my God, Young DZ, the Mist, you saw The Mist?
Nah, I never seen that.
Oh my God. If he'd have just waited 5 more minutes. Help was coming. Should I ruin the ending, y'all? Anthony, what up? Should I just... Ak, you want to know about the ending of The Mist?
What year? What year did this come out?
The Mist was a Stephen King book, and it came out in the mid 2000s. They made it a movie, and you know, at first you don't know what's going on. You think it's supernatural, and then you find out that there are monsters, and you're like, well, what the fuck are these monsters? And these people get trapped in a grocery store, and there's a strange bitch in there that. She's a Bible chick, but she scared people into believing that it was All right, Kane saying don't ruin it. All right, I'm not gonna ruin it, y'all.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
watch it.
I probably
Yeah,
got it on
watch
one of
it.
my apps.
The ending is so fucked up. I watched. It's one of those endings where you sit back like, yo, what the fuck? Come on, dogs. If he'd have waited 5 more minutes. 5.
Honorable mentions before we get out of here. Any?
Yes,
I
please.
meet. Oh, dag, man. Oh, freaking
Yeah,
the
young
beginning
Cabin in
of
the Woods
Logan.
is fucked up. What'd you say?
The beginning of Logan. I didn't know X-23. I didn't know the little girl was gonna come like that. I knew about X-23 because she was old. I would have knew it was her if she was older. In the comic book, she was older. Like at least like 17, 18. They made her a little girl. So, you know what I mean? Logan, when I see that she was X-23 for real, like killing joint, a little girl, maybe no more than 10, 12 years old. You know, that kind of blew my mind right there. And I like to see the expression in Hugh Jackman's face. He did such a great job as Wolverine. You know, he didn't believe that there was any more mutants. This around the time all the mutants was extinct. So he didn't believe Charles. He thought Charles was crazy.
By cornstarch.
Yep.
Mutants die by fucking cornstarch. I'm like, come on, bro. Cornstarch? Damn. It's fucked up. But goodness, man. That was awesome, man. Yeah. The Mist, bro. You and it's not a long movie. You know what I'm saying? The book is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Thomas. That the movie Hardball, that was crazy. I'm gonna go all the way back. Old Yeller, that was fucked up. They shot the dog, man.
Shoot, Misery messed me up.
Yeah, Misery messed
me. I ain't gonna lie, because I thought she was a nice lady at first. That's another movie I didn't see till I was grown.
Yo, you want to know something crazy about what was that actor's name?
What, the lady?
Yeah.
I don't remember her name, but she was the same one that played the mom in Waterboy.
Now, listen, I'm gonna tell you something that might freak you out, right? Now, listen. My mom had some coworkers. She worked around a lot of white people.
Yes.
And one of her coworkers, right? You know, he since passed on, but
okay.
He was talking about how he had gotten some Hollywood tail.
It was her?
Was up here. He said he banged her. That's what he said. He said he at a Christmas party. I heard him say it. Yeah. Main event Mark, Kathy Bates. He said, yeah, I had some Hollywood tail. He was like, who? He said, yeah, you know, Misery, Kathy Bates. He said, yeah, she had some good tail. And I'm listening like, Kathy, what? I mean, dogs, come on, bro. Kathy Bates, but I guess, you know, he did it to do it. I don't know if he was bullshit or not, but what I was like, damn. I said, Kathy, I said, the bitch from Misery, he fucked her. You bragging about that? But, you know, it's a different cultural thing. Whatever, man. He did it to do it. But he was like, yo, the tail was good. And I'm sitting there like complete disgust. I'm like, ew. Oh, my God.
Tay said, get out. Get out was a what the F moment recently. If we talk about now, like the here and now, the present, it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Because there was a lot of hidden gems in that I didn't even realize until I watched it maybe 2 or 3 times.
Oh, you follow me on the gram, right? I met Lateef.
I got it. I
met Lateef. I met him in person. It's on my gram, and I did his scene right in front of him. I gave him a pound, and my homegirl was filming it, and I was like, "Get out! Get out!" And he was like, "Yo, this dude right here." I was like, "Yo," I told you I could have did it. I could have did the movie, man. I met him. It's on my gram. It's on my gram. Okay. He's a cool brother. You know what I mean? But yo, we're gonna get out of here. I gotta get moving to work early since the sky gonna fall on us. You know what I'm saying? Yo, let them know how they can find you. Both your channels, good brother.
Man, make sure y'all subscribe to Comic Cons, both with K's and a Z at the end, cons. And make sure y'all follow me at the Jab Jamboree. Tomorrow we gonna be doing iconic comic book characters. So tomorrow we gonna do it could be from Image Comics, whatever, you know what I mean, Dark Horse, but it don't matter. We gonna be doing in no particular order. We just gonna be villains and heroes. Iconic, you know, people that made an impact on the community. So y'all check me out 3-ish Eastern Standard Time. You know what I mean? And I'll be on Comic Cons, man. I might even do something for the fight that's coming up this weekend, because I don't want to do the ladies like that. You know what I mean? With Michaela and Natasha Jonas. Yeah, man. I might just do a video because Drew's right. I got to do some videos. So that one might be a little video that I might do for that. But I'm going to be going live on Comic Con tomorrow, man. Salute to the LDBC, the Full Berserker Clan, the usual suspects. It's your boy, Ack Reach. I never see you wrong. And I'm out. Peace, man.
Hell yeah. You already know what time it is. Every Friday we're here in the Bear Cave. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be dropping a lot of short videos over here. You know what I'm saying? You make sure you like and you share these videos. Make sure you like and share Comic Cons. You know what I mean? Let's grow as a family. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to force the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? We have fun over here. This is a release. It gives us a minute, because boxing can be very stressful. You know what I'm saying? It can be very, 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 very stressful. So we come over here to laugh and have a good time. There's going to become a point where I'll be doing open panels over here, so we can just freestyle it. You know what I mean? Nerds are up. You know what I'm saying? As soon as Stormy gets a day off on a Friday, we definitely got to get the sensei up here. And you can also find me over every Monday on Stormy B Man's channel, do Nerds on Culture. You know what I'm saying? Nerds are up, bro. And I love it here. You understand what I'm saying? I love it here. You know what I mean? And I look forward to Fridays. You know what I'm saying? You see me smiling? Man. And we took it light on this show, believe it or not. There's a lot of what the F moments, but man, let's work. Like, share, subscribe. That's my brother, Ack Reacher. I am Drew Titan. We in the cave, brother. And I'll see you soon.